In this video, we're going to take a look at a really cool little product from my friend David at Ultimate Survival Tips that we took a quick look at SHOT Show. That's the Tiny Survival Guide. We're going to take a little more detailed look at it this time. That's what's coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose, your home for information and gear reviews related to camping, survival, and general preparedness for regular folks. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me. So, as I said, we took a quick look at Ultimate Survival Tips, the Tiny Survival Guide, in a SHOT Show video, but I brought one home with me and I had a chance to really look at it a lot closer and kind of dig into it, and I just want to share it with you because honestly I'm really impressed with it, not just because Dave is a friend of mine, but because I think it's probably one of the coolest information survival products I've seen in a long time. And just to show you, I've got it here in my wallet. This actually fits right behind my USCCA membership card, but it is wallet size for sure. It'll also fit in an Altoid tins. I don't know if you saw that video, but this is this is a kind of a close-up of it. And what this is, it is a very compact fold-out survival guide with probably as much information as I've seen in some books. Maybe, actually, honestly, it's more than I've seen in some books that I bought. So, but David did show me a little trick at SHOT Show. Here's how you kind of open it up. You just pull this out. It's designed where it'll open it like that. So just look how big that is. Got these stiff cards on either side to kind of hold it in place and keep it steady. Keep it from folding up too bad on you. And then it's printed in England, by the way, because he just couldn't find a U.S. printer that does this kind of paper on tear-resistant, water-resistant paper, the same thing they print a lot of outdoor maps on. So like I said, we looked at this briefly on the SHOT Show videos, but I want to kind of go into it a little more detail. So I've read through this whole thing. I've checked on some of the stuff, and I'm really impressed by it. And like I said, I'm not just saying that because I've got a lot of survival books and outdoor books, and it's really popular to write those kind of books now, especially after Bear Grylls and Dave Canterbury and Dual Survivor and all those TV shows came out. Everybody's jumping on the survival bandwagon. A lot of books came out. Some of them were good. Some of them were obviously just an opportunity to capitalize on the movement, so to speak. But David has got with Craig Caudill, who runs the Nature Reliance School, and David has had some survival training in schools and has been in that kind of genre all his life. And he's put a lot of effort into this. He told me it was like 2 years in the making. So anyway, I'll quit rambling about that. Let me just give you a kind of a more close-up look at it. So this is the very first guide, and what it contains is several little panels. There's a panel here that tells you how to use this guide, and then there's another panel here that says kind of gives you some before you go information and bug out, stay at home. It goes into how to tell if you're in a danger zone, some of the survival first steps, how to get rescued. It's got a whole big section on first aid. And with really good information in it. And I'm a scout master, so I'm pretty experienced with first aid, teaching first aid, had a lot of first aid training and classes, and everything I've read in here is right on the ball. It's even got a little small first aid kit, tells you the ingredients for a first aid kit, for a mini first aid kit. Something else that's really cool, it's got these QR codes on here, and you can probably hold your phone right up to the screen, and you can use that QR code on your phone on the screen right now, and I believe that one takes you to the Red Cross. It's got 2 first aid apps you can download to have on your phone. Throughout this guide, there are different QR codes, like this one, for example. Here's one, and it takes you to a video series that Dave's got on building shelters. There's a whole page on shelters information, and it tells you like which ones are easy, how long is kind of the average time to build one is, how long, what you're going to need to build it. Very, very well illustrated, well drawn. I like the line drawings that Dave and his daughter actually did these drawings themselves, so I think they did a great job on that too. A whole page on fire, I'm going to like that, right? A whole section on water, which is really, really important. You go on the back, there's a whole other section on food and hunting tools. There's trapping and fishing, edible plants with a lot of line drawings. I really like those drawings on edible plants. I think they're very useful. A little section on navigation, another section on knots, and his knot drawings. If you just want to look at these knot drawings, these are extremely well done. You can look at those and you can see how to tie that knot. And he did a really good job of those. And sometimes that's a little complicated to do. I've seen some knot books that aren't quite that helpful. It even goes into self-defense, search, evasion, rescue, and escape, hostage, worst case situations, desert, and it's got some additional tips and tools and training gear. It's even got a little area on here for you to put your name, address, phone number, email, and blood type in case you're incapacitated. Somebody can find this. So I just think David's done a really good job on this. And I spoke with him about this, and I told him, look, honestly, when I first heard about this, I was just a little bit apprehensive because I've seen so many of these little survival guides, incoming survival kits, and these little micro things. And most of them, in my opinion, the best use of them is to make a fire starter out of them. They just don't seem to have a lot of information, and they're not really they're just very surface oriented and not very helpful. This one has got more information, like I said, than most books. And what David said, he's designed this to be a proactive guide, not a reactive guide. In other words, this is not something that you just stick in your pocket and wait in case you need it. This is designed to allow you to study and learn from it in advance. So you can click on those QR codes and look at the videos and look at series and go to all the different links and really read this and study it and learn it, so that if you do need it, it's really acts more as a refresher and a reminder than, this is the first time you've seen it. And that's something I see some mistakes people make with a lot of things is they buy this piece of gear, that piece of gear, and they don't even use it, especially a piece of survival gear, and they just stick it in a pack somewhere and think, okay, if I ever need it, I'm going to have it. To me, that's kind of like buying a firearm to defend yourself and never even pulling the trigger and never checking it out, never taking any training, never doing anything. That's almost wishful thinking. So this is not a magic, lucky charm. This is not something you can stick in your pocket. It's going to save you. What this is, in my opinion anyway, it's a very well done, very compact training resource that you can have with you anywhere. So you can stick this in your pocket if you're riding a bus, if you're riding a plane, if you're just killing some time in a line somewhere. You can pull it out and just take a look at it, and you can open it up just a little bit of it. You don't have to open the whole thing up. You open it like this. It's not very big, and you can just stand in line and read that when you're whatever. And it's not very obtrusive. It's easy. You don't have to carry it around with you. When you get done with it, you stick it back in your wallet or your pocket. So I think he's got a winner here. I'm really impressed with this thing. He's got some other little tools that are coming out with it, but I just want to show you this because, like I say, if you're like me, you probably might look at something like this and think, yeah, whatever. I've seen so many stupid things like that. It's not even funny. But I'm telling you, this one is a real deal, in my opinion. This is the best small survival guide, resource, information product, whatever you want to call it, that I've ever seen. And my hat's off to Dave. I think he did an excellent job on this. So. He's actually released this on a Kickstarter at the time of this video, so there'll be a link. I'll put a link right up here to it. You can go check it out. There'll be a link in the description below. I mean, this thing's under $10, and if you buy them in quantity, you can get them even lower than that. And he's got some other stuff on the Kickstarter that goes along with this, but I really think this is a cool product, and this is something I'm really considering getting one of these for every kid in my Boy Scout troop because I think it's that good. So anyway, I hope this has been helpful. Thanks to Dave for sending me home with this so I could really check it out and explore it. And thanks to Dave for making this, because I know he put a lot of effort and a lot of his heart into this, and it shows. He did an excellent job. This is well thought out. So I hope this has been helpful. As always, thanks for watching Survival on Purpose. I put out a brand new video every Friday and Saturday, and sometimes random videos throughout the week. You can check out another one right there. If you're not subscribed, please click right down the corner, click that subscribe button and that little bell icon so you don't miss a single video. I really appreciate your support. Once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.